So my advice to parents who have a child who gets diagnosed with a brain tumour would be to ask every question that you've got. Don't ever think any questions are stupid, because you've never done this before, and you're experiencing the most terrifying thing you're probably ever going to experience, and you've got to learn to deal with it and to live with it and to be really brave and strong. Lean on your friends, lean on your family, support your child and give them so many cuddles and so much love. Asking if there is any clinical psychological help is probably one of the first things that I would ask now if I went back in time, because had I have met Angela sooner, then actually I probably would have chilled out sooner and been able to deal with things sooner than I did, because I think it was probably maybe 6 to 8 weeks in that we discovered Angela, and that it filtered down the system to get to her. So ask for that, because actually we all need that. And I think that having the support and asking all those questions to the doctors, because everybody asks you the questions, and if you don't know the answers, then it makes you panic even more that you haven't asked that question yourself and that you haven't already got that answer. So ask them. If somebody else asks you questions, write them down and go back to the doctors and ask those questions. I just think, nothing's a stupid question. And ask if there are support groups that are in place. There's a few pages on social media for parents with children with brain tumours, and actually they were a great support to me as well, because I could go on and go, has anybody experienced this? Has anybody dealt with Angela at Tom's Trust? And then people were perking up out of everywhere and going, she's amazing, speak to Angela, yes, do it. So I would ask for clinical psychological help sooner than I had done.
If you're at the start of the brain tumour diagnosis, because we do it now, we have to do it, like, you can only take one day at a time. And it's a cliche, easy thing to say, but it's really true.
Yeah.
Get through today. Look at today. What can we do today? Do that, and tomorrow start again. If you start thinking weeks, months, years, because that's what the human mind does, it takes us far into the future. What's going to happen when he's 18 and he wants to go to university, or he's going to get into a relationship? And he's not 18 doing that stuff. He's 7 years old today, and what have we got to cope with today?
You always fight for what you think your child needs, and hopefully get the support that they need in the future, and carry on getting the support, because I think at the time you get the support off the consultant, and it's the after part that gets harder, trying to fight with the schools and life, getting the support that they need.
For parents at the start of this journey, it's really easy for me to say now, but you literally do have to take it a day at a time. Don't look too further in the future, because it's not going to help. It will never help looking ahead. I would advise educating themselves on the type of tumour it is, because we were able to make decisions based on the type of tumour and what treatment we knew would cure her disease. So again, staff might say don't Google, but if one of you in the partnership is strong enough to do that and to actually do some research, I'd really encourage it. If the child's at school, I would get the SEN statement as soon as possible, especially if they go through radiotherapy. Getting that SEN statement later is really hard. Getting it as early as possible when they've got that diagnosis makes it a lot easier. Take advantage of everything that Tom's Trust can offer, because you might not feel you're ready for that support at the beginning, but certainly along the journey you will need them at some point. And they're there to support not just the child, they're there for the wider family, they're there for siblings, they're there for mum and dad. It's not just always centred around the child, because they appreciate, that this cancer spreads way outside the individual. It affects every member of your friends, family group. So take up any offers of help as soon as you can, really, because we wouldn't have got through it without that support.
My advice to parents who receive a brain tumour diagnosis is talk to each other. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. If the child is at the age, talk to them, let them know what's going on. they'll be able to tell you how they feel. Don't break up. Just fight through everything. Ask lots and lots of questions. Don't be afraid to ask a question over and over again and fight. If you think that there is something else wrong or you don't agree with something, then you know your child best, you know better than any professional. Ask lots of questions, take support, take help from friends, take help from family, various charities. There's lots out there that'll support you.